Hi guys, this is Hannah and thank you for tuning in for another video. This one is an update on the stimulus, July 27th. The Republicans have introduced their idea or their version of the stimulus package, calling it the HEALS Act. It stands for Health, Economic Assistance, Liability Protection, and Schools. What I can tell you on this one is they have included a bit of everything to satisfy economy in general with your individuals, businesses. There's a huge support on businesses, and definitely the schools, the universities are taken care of it as well. I will not go too much in detail, but kind of give you an umbrella idea of what you can expect, considering this is still a proposal. It still needs to be negotiated, though considering that Senate is a Republican majority, I'm assuming most of their pointers will make to the final bill, and Democrats will get some of their wishes added as well. So at the end of the day, what it looks like is what we covered today is most likely going to make it, and then there's going to be some nuances added as the negotiations go to get along. So let's get right to it. First and foremost, a stimulus check for individuals, just like that was there before in the CARES Act. $1,200 individual, $2,400 married couple, $500 for each dependent. Interestingly, unlike the CARES Act, there is no age limit. So as long as there's a dependent on file, they do qualify for the $500. And so hopefully some of the families will end up getting a little more than what they did last time. Also, there is no mention of number of dependents. There were 3 maximum in the CARES Act, and this one doesn't seem to mention that. So we'll see, maybe get some clarity on it as everything unfolds. Also, again, regarding the ITN, which a lot of Americans did miss out because they were married to somebody who had an ITN and they did not get the package. Seems like this one is a mess on this the HEALS Act, so hopefully they should get the stimulus amount as well. And just a reminder that this amount is not going to be taxable, so it's definitely a free money in many sense of the way. The other big pointer is unemployment. It is finished as of July 31st, comes to an end, but they are looking to curtail it down to 200 to 500. There is a plan of action that they're looking at. Basically, have $200 till the end of September, and then do a $500 maximum for the week. What they want to do is share the burden with the state, where there is no basically. It's most like a income replacement method. So whatever you were making before, they would like you to make almost the same, not more than what what people were. Some of the people were making compared to their regular jobs. So that calculation is at the end of the day, we are looking at a combination between the state and the federal. A maximum of, we are looking at about $700 a week between both the agencies put together. In example, we're in California, so if you are making a $52,000 a year, makes it at about $1,000 per week. At 70% of the unemployment replacement wages, you are looking at $700 that you can get. Of this, the way this will work is you will get the $450 from the state, which is the max that you can get, and the Fed will pitch in the $250 to come up with the $700 number. Hope it makes sense. Of course, as things are more clarified, I'll get you more examples, or feel free to get in touch with me and I can explain that better. Moving on, of course, there will be no stimulus if you are in the prison. Also, if you have child support pending, you will not be eligible. Rather, your check will go to the beneficiary where it is owed to begin with. So that covers those 2 pointers. Also, this one specifically states that anyone who died as of January 1st, 2020 does not qualify for the stimulus. So if you receive it as a family, yes, it is your you will have to return the money. Interestingly, if somebody passed away on January 2nd, 2020, doesn't seem to mention that. Ideally, I would think you would have to return the money, but if they've mentioned the dates, it just says January 1st. So that's that option. Other than that, what we are looking at is a bunch of benefits, like the school funding. They're looking to do 70 billion from K to 12 for the schools, 30 billion for the colleges. Bunch of business tax credits are making their way into this act. They are looking to do a credit. It's a refundable tax credit for self-employed or contractors for PPP equipment that they may have bought for themselves or their employees, or for their business in general. Like if you're an Uber or Lyft driver and you kept the PPP in the cars for the convenience of your riders, you can get a credit for that. It is at about $1,000 each employee. So if you are a Uber or Lyft person or a single sole proprietor, you'll be looking at about $1,000 each employee, 50% of the expense of the PPP to be reimbursed. In terms of, basically, it's a tax credit. Let me put that right. Also, interestingly, for 2020, business meals are deductible at 100%. There's employee retention credit. There is work opportunity tax credit. All of these credits are based at trying to get businesses to hire and rehire, especially the employee retention credit. It goes from 50% of the wages to 65% of the wages. And the program at the end of the day is encouraging businesses to keep workers on payroll. So the only one of the nuances for you to qualify for that is your business needs to have a 20% decline in revenue. So as long as your revenue has gone down 25%, you qualify for this credit. It's a no-brainer, and definitely, at this point can help a lot of us. There is also, at the end of the day, there talks about, apparently there were not much that they discussed in terms of the hazard pay to essential workers, nor was there any talk about the eviction, the additional funding for food stamps, and the payroll tax credit that President Trump has been talking about. So I'm thinking that's a pass. I'm not sure. Again, at the end of the day, with negotiations, what may come out as a final result, we will see as the days roll by. The HEROES Act, which was passed by the Democrats, was a $3 trillion act. This one is more like $1 trillion. At the end of the day, I know they're looking not to spend. There's already enough that they think is in the economy. They want to bring it back on its own feet without pumping more money into it. Though considering we're looking at, the way the numbers are going, God knows if, we could be looking at a second shutdown. But at least as of right now, it's definitely way less than what was done back in May. Congress has until August 7th to decide before they go on a month-long recess. So there isn't much time, but I'm hoping both of them want to get this done and over with, especially considering there are a lot of people who are depending on all this money making its way through as soon as this thing gets passed. At the end of the day, they want to keep every eligible American afloat during the times of pandemic. Other than that, there isn't much that I would like to kind of go on, especially considering, like I said, this is still a proposal. It still needs to be voted on. Negotiations still is going to happen. And when everything is set and final, of course, we will go in much more detail as to where each and every of these pointers should lead to, or what you should be expecting. More examples of how this unemployment will work, how the employee retention credit will work, the refundable tax credits will work. But for the meantime, that's where you stand. The big takeaway is the stimulus check that should be coming. It'll be a while, but at least it's coming. The unemployment change, and the fact that I guess we're looking at things that are getting better in terms of IT, and people on IT and still making the cut for the stimulus. The dependents, probably, if you have more than 3 kids, you do get it, and you're not shortchanged on that stuff. And then again, they do have student loan options available in there too, in terms of for repayment. So there's a lot in this, but at the end of the day, we'll see what actually makes it to the final bill. With that, I will call it a wrap. And as usual, if you've been following my videos, I do like to end them on a positive note. The quote I am choosing today, I couldn't find the author, but it's a pretty simple quote, and I'll start here. Today, I will not stress over things I cannot control. With that, you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.